Well, what is up, guys? So this video is starting off a little different. I'm in my truck and I'm actually on my way to a shop here. Now, some might remember that in a recent video I mentioned that I was going to do something to my original grill piece on the Mercedes. I'm taking the carbon fiber one off that I currently have on there, and I'm going to put my original one back on, but it's actually getting hydro dipped. I found a guy that does hydro dipping, so I contacted him, and long story short here, he said that he could do it. Of course, it was going to be done in about 3 days. Now, the last I heard of him was July 8th. He sent me a text message saying that something was wrong with the clear coat, and he didn't want to give me, you know, half-assed product, I guess, and he wanted to redo it. And I asked him, well, can you let me know an ETA of when this will be done, because I actually had scheduled with Auto Illusions to have the grill piece put on the day after I got that text message, because it was supposed to be ready. Now, since July 8th, I have not heard from this guy. So I've called him, I have texted him, I've left him voicemails, and I have not heard anything. And I've spoken with him on the phone several times, so it's not that, you know, he never answers the phone, or, you know, he doesn't recognize my number or anything like that, because he does recognize my number, and I think that's why he's not answering. So basically, I'm wondering what's going on. And I know it's just a grill piece, but, you know, it's not like he has my whole car or anything, and I haven't heard from him. But, you know, this is something I want done, and it feels kind of weird when you don't hear from the guy in over 2 weeks. Today is July 24th, and I haven't, like I said, heard from him since July 8th. So that is over 2 weeks. Now, I'm on my way there to just visit his shop, and I'm stuck here currently in rush hour traffic, so not much going on. So I figured I'd start the video here in the truck. And to be quite honest, I don't even know if this video is going to go live, because, you know, you never know what is really going on in a situation like this until you have some, you know, factual information. This person, you know, he might be sick. Who knows? Maybe he's stuck in the hospital somewhere, and that's why he hasn't gotten back to me. So you never know. But I gotta, you know, try to figure this out. I have a hard time believing that he would just completely ignore me and not get back to me at all. But I mean, I guess I don't really know what to think. So that's why I'm going out here. We're gonna try to figure this situation out. I've had a few of you guys ask me, you know, when is your new grill piece being put on the car? When are you gonna do a video about that? And I haven't answered anyone because I don't know. So yeah, here we are. Let's see if he's at the shop when we get there. All right, so I'm here outside of the shop now, so I'm just gonna go knock on the door and see if he's here.
Hello, hey, how you doing?
Yes, it's around.
No, he's not here. I wish he was.
Okay, do you know where he's at?
Did you call him?
I've called him for 2 weeks.
What are you looking for?
My grill piece?
For the Mercedes?
Yeah.
I'm actually the owner of the shop.
Okay.
He rents the space off of me and does dipping here.
Right. I've called you, I've texted you.
You called today too, right?
Yes.
Is your name Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, the phone rang like 4 times today. Your name on it.
I didn't get any notifications.
No, I mean, I've texted you the same number you texted me when you said there's something wrong with the clear coat and everything. Well, I'm going to explain the rest here from the garage. And the reason why I'm not putting names out there and shop names and stuff like that, I'll get to in a minute. But basically, I got to the shop. I knocked on the door and everything, and it's a pretty decent sized building. And someone opened there. It wasn't the guy that I've been dealing with. It was actually the owner of the whole building, the shop owner. So the guy that I've been dealing with apparently just rents some space there and does this little hydro dipping thing. Now, I kept a GoPro in my pocket. I didn't know if he was gonna pick up any audio very good or not, because I've never done that before. And the reason I did that was because I didn't really know how the situation was gonna unfold, so to speak, if he was there or if something had happened to my grill piece. You know, I didn't know what was going to be said, that kind of thing. And also, this shop is pretty far out from where I live, and I wasn't really, you know, in my own surroundings, you know, far away from home. So I just wanted to have something on audio at least. But anyhow, when I got there, the guy who does the hydro dipping wasn't there, and I spoke to the gentleman that turned out to be the shop owner. And long story short, he said that he hadn't seen the guy around for a while either. And I started getting really nervous then, and I was like, what the heck? And he kind of asked me what I was there for, and I said it was my grill piece, and he knew right away that it was for a Mercedes. So we walk into the shop, and lo and behold, the grill piece is laying there, but the guy who's actually done the work is not around. But then a few minutes later, he comes walking in the shop, and I kind of ask him, as you guys could probably hear, although the audio was pretty bad, just basically like, where the heck have you been? Like, I've been calling and texting and leaving you messages and all kinds of stuff. And his response was sort of that, oh, I haven't gotten any texts, I haven't gotten any calls, I haven't seen any kind of, you know, interaction from you whatsoever. And I don't really know what to believe there, if that's true or not. I mean, we had spoken on the phone several times before this whole debacle started happening, so it's not like his phone was broke or anything like that. But either way, he was very apologetic. And you know, my grill piece had been done for a while. As you guys are about to see here, there was dust on big parts of the actual piece because it had been laying around for a while, which was confusing as well. It's kind of like he finished the job but let it lay around and didn't contact me. It was just very, very odd. But then he started explaining to me that he's been going through a lot of personal stuff lately, like the past 2 weeks. Which, you know, I mean, I can understand, but that doesn't really explain why he hadn't been in contact with me. And he had been in the shop a few days before me arriving, about 4 days before me arriving. So it's not that he hasn't been around at all for 2 weeks. So I kind of just explained to him, like, you know, I get it if you're going through tough times, but you still have to get back to your customers. I mean, that's a responsibility you have. It's a service business. You can't have people just, you know, waiting around. Even if you yourself thought that I hadn't called you, I hadn't texted you, I hadn't left you messages, which I had, that doesn't make it okay to just not get in touch with the customer when, you know, initially this was going to take 3 days, and this is over 2 weeks later. So after our long conversation there, you know, he gave me the grill piece for half its price, which I thought was okay. You know, I'm not happy with this whole process, and obviously and unfortunately I won't be using his services again, because I was planning on doing a bunch of cool stuff to the truck, interior pieces, having them dipped as well. But you know, I'm gonna have to find someone else to do that now. So the whole situation just kind of sucks. I mean, I was bummed out. You know, I was kind of pissed off. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I didn't know what was going on. It's not like he had been stuck in the hospital for 2 weeks or something like that. It was just that his words, he was going through, you know, some personal stuff. But with all that being said, let's just take a look at the grill piece. And here it is. It has in fact been hydro dipped. Now, I'm not an expert on this whole process, but it's basically a wrapping that you do. You pick whatever theme you want. Like, I have a carbon fiber weave theme here, and then they put the whole piece in water, I guess, and it's sealed somehow. I didn't completely understand the whole process when he was explaining it to me in the beginning, but as you guys can see here, there's, I don't know if you can, by the way, there is dust all over the actual piece here, and there was a lot of dust in here. I've wiped that off, but you can see here. So the thing had been laying around for a while, and I think the job is good, although, yeah, see, it's a little scratched up here. That could have been me though. But there are some spots right here, as you might be able to tell. I don't know what causes that. It looks like some, I don't know, paint spots or something. So it's not 100% perfect. Now, no one's going to be able to see this unless they're very up close. But yeah, I'm going to try to capture this weave here. I mean, I really like the way that the grill piece now looks. And yeah, I mentioned in a previous video, I understand that maybe not everyone has seen that video, but I'm removing the carbon fiber piece that I have on here currently because there was some fitment issues and stuff like that. I wasn't completely happy with the, you know, just the way that it sits on the car. There's a big gap here. and this star piece fell off. I had to glue that back on. I messed up when I did that. I got glue on my car. I had to unwrap my front bumper from the Expel that was on there. So that's the reason why I'm taking the aftermarket piece on and putting my original piece back on, because the fitment is, of course, perfect on an OEM piece. The tabs click in the way they should in the mesh part of the grill. So with everything that went on in this whole process, I am pretty happy with the work. I think it's going to look really, really good on the car, and I have an appointment next week to have this fitted. Now we can try to put these up here next to each other. So the weave is definitely different. It's a little different design. Now this original piece that's just been hydro dipped is definitely darker than this aftermarket piece that's been on the car. So I feel like it's gonna match the, you know, the color of the car better. And it's still a very nice carbon fiber weave. But the thing I'm the most happy about is, of course, that the fitment is going to be perfect once again. So like I stated earlier in the video, I don't really want to put his name out there. I don't want to put the shop name out there, because even if this process for me, you know, wasn't the best, maybe he truly is going through some really tough times. I don't want to put him out there and make his life even worse. And the shop or the building where he conducts business, there are other businesses around there, so I don't want them to be affected. And when I spoke with the shop owner, there were a lot of stuff that I didn't put in the video from the GoPro audio. You know, he wasn't really happy with their whole relationship there either. I'm sure there were a bunch of different things that had happened. There were other customers that had been calling and asking where, you know, their stuff was for their cars that was also getting hydro dipped and that kind of thing. So I don't really want to put the shop name out there and the address. You know, this video is not some kind of bashing video and, you know, I'm always so pissed off and, you know, F this guy and don't ever do business with them. And it was just that it didn't really work out very well for me, although I do finally have this grill piece here and it can be put on the car. Because the thing is, I've been in sales before, and you know, I know customer relationships are extremely important, because that is how you make a paycheck. But anyhow, that's going to be enough of this whole situation in today's video. For the next portion of this video, if you guys saw the previous upload, you will know that a very nice guy by the name of Moises in Georgia, I think it was, he sent me this LED third brake light application. A lot of you guys have been talking about this third brake light here, that I need to switch it out to something a little more smoked out. And would you believe that someone sent me this in the mail? So what we're gonna do now is install this on the truck. Now it is, of course, daylight outside, so this might not be the best comparison, but you can at least see what it looks like pre-installation of the new third brake light. All right, well, let's just start with opening the box up here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like all black. It seems to me like this installation is gonna be a whole lot easier because there's a harness sticking out of it and you just connect it. I thought I'd have to replace all the bulbs and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just remove the old one, put the new one on. Wrong screwdriver. Flathead. There we go. Now once you have the original brake light off, the harness is kind of hanging here. I didn't have to remove this off the brake light, but I need to access the actual harness that is fastened with these two things right here. So I'm gonna do that right now. So of course I ruined these little tabs here. I ended up cutting them off. Same old, I suck at. Huh? Yeah, it's in the garage here. Sorry. So now all we gotta do is just remove this, boom, and install the new one. So I have the new one connected, and I'm just gonna kind of stick it in there. I'm not gonna fasten it like the old one was. And then screw it back together. And there we have it. So now all we gotta do is make sure that it works. I should have probably tested that before I screwed it back on, but yeah, you can see it. Can't see it all that well, but you can see the lights right here with the smoked out lens. I mean, you're not gonna see the parking lights as good in daylight, but you will during nighttime. So now we gotta check the brake light. You guys check it for me. I'm gonna jump in the truck. All right, so there we have it. A new third brake light, and hopefully the actual brake light worked and not just the parking light. Yeah, see, it looks good. It's gonna look a whole lot better at nighttime. So there we have it. This video was about 2 mods, one for the Mercedes and one for the F-150. One was free, the other one was a huge hassle, but it is all solved now. That will be on the car next week. A lot of you guys had been asking about a third brake light, and there you have it. I think though that the screws should be black. I should probably go find black screws, but anyway, it looks a whole lot better, especially with the truck being black, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.